there's a place out there that you have yet to see. And we're going to take you there. We found a way to get there. Problem is, you won't remember it next year, so you have to come back again. Drink until you reach the point that you don't know the difference between the blessed Mordechai and the cursed Haman, right? What are they trying to teach us over here? There's obviously a lesson to be learned. Now, as we try to learn the lesson, we'll have a lot of fun getting intoxicated. I mean, it's a blast. Purim is a blast. But it's not just for the blast. They didn't tell us to get drunk the way that people that don't have Hashem on their mind get drunk. I mean, the whole world gets drunk. Nightclubs are full of business making a lot of money every night. That's nothing, that has no connection with Purim. So why are we getting drunk on Purim to the point where we don't know the difference between the hero and the villain? What does it mean? Adelo yada. And the language itself points to until I don't know. There's a point above knowledge, above knowing, above discerning. Why do I want to reach that place? What do I gain by reaching that place? Yes?
Isn't it because you want to feel the miracle? Like the feeling of, wow, Hashem made this miracle that I can't really hop.
Okay, I hear. The first suggestion is because I guess when we're not thinking, so we're feeling. So we want to experience the awesome day of Purim and the great miracle and love that Hashem showed us by saving us from Haman. We want to feel it more. So by getting intoxicated and not being able to think so straight, we will feel it more. Okay, good. I hear. Not a bad idea. What I want to say is this. It's a good question, I think we all have to ask ourselves. You think you know all year long? You think you really know something? What do we know? What do I know? What is my knowledge? What is my opinions in life of all of the things we're dealing with on a daily basis? So the question is this. It's not that we reach a point where we don't know the difference between good and bad, dark and light. It's not that on Purim we drink so much that we don't know the difference. I think that all year long, in the lives we live, in the exile that we're in, we don't know the difference really between things. We live in this gray area. It's a gray world out there. Good and bad is not easy to define until you look at extremes. You know, when you look at extremes, so then we have help. We can see something that is clearly bad because in its extreme expression, there's no denying. You know, murder. Everyone knows murder is bad. But we don't live in a life where it's about either you're saving a life or you're taking a life. We live in a life where it's much smaller details. It's all gray. And it's a life of confusion. Most people are really confused and they think they have opinions that are their own. What they don't realize is those opinions are not their own. They're just robots that are spewing the same message that they heard. They were raised on ideologies that were not their own. If you come from America, so you have a certain way of seeing things. So we think we know, it's not really us. If they ask you, am I just a program? Am I a pinball in a machine being bounced around? Am I just a robot saying things that I was programmed to say because of my upbringing and some of my dispositions? Or am I really a free-thinking person? Do I really know anything? What do I really know? Is anything I have in my mind a really truth? Is it God's truth? Or is it my own truth, which is not true? So we say on Purim, it's a special, special day. It's a day where everything was flipped on itself, where everything was turned around, where a dark, bleak story, all of a sudden it was revealed the godly light, the hidden hand of God, and the idea that God permeates this entire world, it shined. And that day is a special day to tap into. The real secret, I think, of the day of Purim is to go beyond our knowledge because our knowledge is tainted. It's almost like a restart, a refresh. You go to a point where you don't know anything so that now you can really begin like a new child to look at things really open-mindedly and to look for real truth. Because if we never break out of the old self, we can never recreate the new self. Purim is a day to break out of that old program person that you were and redefine yourself. And the starting point is to understand that I don't know anything. Why? Because really, God decides what's right and what's wrong. I have to take everything I know and put it aside and say, now I'm interested in what Hashem has to say. God, show me your world. I've watched their world, and I've been trying to create my own world for the past 30, 40 years. Now I want to see your world. Show me your world. That's, I think, where we're trying to get on Purim.